showtime at the Apollo. I'm about the bottle. Take two and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
We're across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year with the Giants winning that one. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A first carry here for Kene Nwangwu. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
21 yards there on 3rd down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, he's going to make a play for me.
And the ball is free. Taylor lost it. But it looked like Washington got it back, and indeed they did. It remains Commanders football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. Fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Play action. Garoppolo.
They'll get this to Nwangwu. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
23 yards, the final tally.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here's Taylor again.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Jonathan Taylor, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Walker to start the drive. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, that one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Kenneth Walker with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with 1 to go. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Tackled by the corner, C.J. Henderson.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
These two teams all tied after one. 5 yards remain on second down. Off the option, here's Taylor.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action, now Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Giants force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 48 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one goes for 30 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going deep for Walker. Touchdown, Giants! Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL-caliber arm, I think you could toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And this is caught by Watkins. And a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end.
Here we go, here we go.
All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung here.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage.
Now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves.
And it's intercepted. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Marco Wilson. And he's got room. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
And how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech. But I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
2nd and 11. He's going to find Gallup here complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now back to throw. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. In motion right is Smith. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. This is caught. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Romeo Doubs as time expires in the first half. And the Giants have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
The throw over the middle, taken in, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? They'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Michael Gallup, 27 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. No problem there on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Nwanger now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Again, it's Taylor. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. You're not going to hear Jimmy Garoppolo mentioned among the strongest arms in the league, but that doesn't mean he can't beat you with a long rip. On the draw is Taylor, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
11. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Taylor will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Quez Watkins, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are all tied at 28. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
122 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Rolling to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Trying the left side with Walker. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Walker once more, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And
hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Here we go, here we go.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. To the right side, this is Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 38, Garoppolo. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He got 29 yards that time. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Jet sweep. Garoppolo taps it forward, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and run. Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good run there, 8 yards. Gets him much closer to the end zone with 4th and goal looming. Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Fight the temptation. Kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. Credit the tackle to Samuel Womack.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the 4th quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play.
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
137 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Sticking with Walker on second down. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. He's back to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Throw here, that's complete. And the Giants are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, this fan base on the losing side, Charles, they're going to be talking about this one for a while. They ultimately decided to try to come up with a touchdown on that last play when all they needed was the field goal to force overtime.
Yeah, and the reasoning behind it, that's what we're all waiting to hear, because sometimes there's things that we don't see on the surface. Did the coach feel like, if he tied the game, they couldn't go any farther, they had too many injuries? Not sure what was going on there, but I'm with you. I'm stunned they didn't try and kick the field goal there.
So for the Commanders, they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll be...
Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine. Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi. Take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the weird jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top off. Take off the fabricate streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro pay, 5 days stay, take a quarter meal, hella final.